Hello, everybody. Pancakes here, and my goodness, it's been a year. I can't even believe it's been that long. I know that I know a lot of you probably hear my voice and you roll your eyes, thinking, "Why? Who is this guy? Why is he still uploading videos?" And the fact is, touche. I understand. I've been pretty remiss in my uploading. And the fact of the matter is, when it comes to YouTube, I feel like I almost have ADD in the sense that I kind of just lose interest or not necessarily interest. That's kind of not the right way to put it. What tends to happen is I get swamped with something like schoolwork or something else that happens in my life, and then like I just kind of drift away over time, and then I kind of get interested in something else. Like last summer, I got really into piano and I was practicing like 5 hours a day because I had a lot of free time. Um, and as that happened, I kind of just drifted away from YouTube. But the fact is, I mean, I do apologize for kind of, flaking out. And I don't like being flaky, but I feel like with YouTube, it's like a really nasty habit of mine. And the fact is, if you want to be successful at YouTube, don't do what I've been doing, which is coming back like once a year and taking massive breaks. Like I'm going to assume there's probably going to be like 15 people that watch this video. So that's what happens. People like lose interest in you. But anyway, that's okay. That's fine. I thought I'd go ahead and give you guys an update though as to what's been kind of going on here with my life. This is my last year as an undergrad, and after that, I'll probably be taking maybe a year or so off to kind of get all my ducks in a row for medical school, and then I'll be going I'll be sending out applications ideally, and maybe in like 2 years, hopefully I'll be sitting in a classroom at medical school, or however long it takes. I may not get in my first try. That's pretty common. But as an undergrad though, it kind of took me a little bit longer to finish my degree since I changed my major kind of halfway through. I changed from music to chemistry, which is my current major. And obviously the two fields are very different, so there's almost no overlap. So it's taken me a lot longer to graduate than I had originally expected. But this year, thus far, has been a little bit more relaxed than last year. Because last year I had a pretty crazy schedule since I was trying to like get everything caught up for graduation. But yeah, in the background here of this video, you'll see some random Call of Duty gameplay, which is largely irrelevant. I'm not even going to talk about it. This is just something I had on my computer from like a year ago. I don't even know what the gameplay is. But yeah, the fact of the matter is, now that I've gotten back into video games, it's mainly because I find it relaxing. In my mind, life is stressful enough. I mean, school for me is quite stressful. I have to get good grades. I have to start thinking about, okay, what do I have to do now? Not only not only to graduate, but after I graduate to get into medical school. There's all kinds of things you have to do. You have to get your applications ready. You have to research schools, take the MCAT. Oh my goodness, so much, so much. So when I sit down on my couch to play video games, I usually just want to relax. And I think many of you can relate that Call of Duty or competitive shooters in general are not the most relaxing games ever, especially when you're trying to get good gameplay. And the truth is, I feel like I'm kind of burnt out on competitive shooters in general, particularly Call of Duty. Like, I haven't even picked up Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't know if I will. I probably won't. I have Battlefield 4. I like that okay. I play that every once in a while. But even that, I can't play for that long without getting kind of bored. I feel like for me at this point, I kind of really enjoy, I like playing it sometimes, competitive shooters. I'm sure that if I continue to upload regularly, which I hope I will, that I may get you guys some more of that kind of content. But I feel like I'm going to be kind of shifting away from that a little bit because I feel like my interests have kind of moved away as well. For example, I just got done playing The Last of Us on the PlayStation 3. I don't know how many of you guys have played it. If you have played it, you can probably, you probably would agree that it's one of the best games of the last generation. Maybe some disagree, but I think most agree it's a pretty awesome game. And if you don't have a PlayStation 3, I feel sorry for you. It's a really good game. And if you do and you haven't played The Last of Us, if you're into survival horror games with you know, really good story and great characters. I mean, uh, I'll get into it a little bit, I guess, with my thoughts on Last of Us, because I beat it last Thursday. It's pretty fresh in my mind. But if you're into that kind of thing, definitely check it out. It's awesome. And a little bit on the game itself for anybody who might be interested. It is a survival horror game. It takes place after the apocalypse. It's kind of like a cross between like The Road. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's kind of like a cross between The Road. I kind of got 28 Days Later vibes from it. And it's kind of got a little bit from the story kind of reminded me a little bit of the movie Children of Men. Just kind of more of an obscure movie, I think. But it's a very cool game. Graphics are probably among the best on the PlayStation 3. In terms of characters, it mainly follows two characters, Joel and Ellie. Joel is like this scruffy survivor, hard-ass kind of guy who is very morally ambiguous, but he's still a really cool character, and you still want him to win. And, you know, he's a very realistic character, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, he's not this stereotypical hero. He's very gray morally, which is, I think, more realistic as to how people would be in that kind of a situation. And then, of course, you have Ellie, who is probably my favorite character in a long time. She's an awesome character. She's pretty much a badass. She's this 14-year-old girl who, for reasons I won't spoil, is very important to the story. And she's kind of she's grown up in sort of this world, so she's very tough and very capable, and she's pretty awesome. But yeah, you know, definitely check it out. And speaking of The Last of Us, I was actually thinking of doing something with the DLC, if you guys might be interested. Because since I'm kind of moving more towards sort of single-player kind of games, I was thinking I might get into more like Let's Plays. And I know in the past I haven't really done well with finishing my Let's Plays. But I think the main reason with that is honestly because it's really hard to sit down and commentate over a game that takes like 10, 15 hours to beat, unless you're doing it live. If you're kind of trying to like retrofit a commentary to a gameplay, it's very difficult to kind of find something to talk about for that long. If I do it live, I feel like, you know, that won't really be an issue, and it really is just going to be a matter of rendering and uploading, which isn't quite as intensive. So I'll give that a shot. If you guys might be interested in that, let me know. In terms of next-gen gameplay on the PS4 or the Xbox One, I did end up going with the PlayStation 4, but I will be getting the Xbox One at some point in the future. I don't know when exactly. Could be a few months. But in terms of next-gen gameplay, I don't have an HDMI capture card. The HD PVR that I have only works with the component cables. It's the OG HD PVR. So I'm gonna have to get a new capture card. That's like $150. I don't have that much money, so I'll have to save for that. So I'll try and get you guys some next gen content when I have the capture card, so I can do it. But in the meantime, you know, I'll try and get you guys some other kinds of gameplay content. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet. Honestly, like, I feel like I do want to do that DLC. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And there are probably some other games I could do. But I'll kind of think it over. If you have any suggestions, you can let me know in the comments. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think that about covers what I wanted to say in this video. Again, I apologize for being kind of very neglectful with this channel. And I think we can kind of be realistic here and know that it does seem that this channel is near the end than the beginning. But hey, it's fun to upload, and you know, I kind of felt like doing it. So hopefully you guys can understand. And yeah, it's nice to make another video, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Check your timeline. X check complete. RTB.